They'll tell you that AI kills indie music. Yeah, okay, fair enough that Paul McCartney and Kid Rock use it, but what about those indie artists? I'm going to tell you right now that indie artists are winning in a big way when it comes to the usage of AI tools for making AI music. Hey, I'm Matt, and today we're cutting through the noise. Some people are panicking over AI music. The artists themselves, they're using it. Not just big legends like Paul McCartney or whatever Kid Rock is, legend or whatever they call him. Indie artists too, thousands of them. Let's dive into what they're actually saying and doing.
Those songs might be by some artists you never heard of because AI created it. They don't got to pay anybody.
Wow.
But are they using our stuff to make it? Yeah. But the way I looked at it is I looked at like Napster when that started. And I was like, what's going on? And, you know, all the artists were up in arms and the record companies wanted us to get behind. You know, they're stealing, they're pirating music. And I'm like, hold on. Are they stealing from the record companies? Like, stealing from everybody. I'm like, good. I care less. I make all my money live. But now with AI, I'm like, so I'm asking this guy, and I'm like, so I can give you some acapellas of my vocals, and you can model my voice, and then you can put it on your system, and however many people want to write songs for me with my voice can write them. He's like, yep. I'm like,
that's kind of
so
cool.
I could have like 100,000 people writing. Now there's gonna be some funny ones in there, like, you know, Kid Rock,
right.
Joe Biden, like blah blah blah.
Right.
Like, I get it.
Right.
I'll laugh at those, but like, so let's say I got 1 million people writing songs for me. If one of those person nails it, and they come up with this, you know, with this life-changing song,
It's great.
I go play it live.
Yeah.
I'm like, I'm not seeing the evil in here yet. You know, which the record companies and managers get all the artists up in arms about. We're not going to stop it. I know that much.
No.
You are not going to stop it.
No.
So it's like, let's figure out how we use it as a new tool the best, like anything else in life.
Kid Rock, I can give you my vocals and people can write songs for me. That's kind of cool. There was a lot of noise about how controversial it was and everything, but then you scroll through the YouTube comments on the official video for Now and Then, which was the song that was done with Lennon's voice, and you'll see that all the old Beatles lovers, they'll say like, I'm 70 years old, this is beautiful, I thought I'd never hear a new Beatles song again. They can now enjoy that, and they're very supportive for it. And then Grimes, not Frank Grimes that we all know and love from The Simpsons, but Grimes, the Grimes that was with Elon Musk for a little while. Now Grimes has actually gone as far as to make an actual application that does AI music, I think to incorporate her voice. But you can check it out over at Elf Tech Connect. I'll put the link up there. And obviously Timbaland, that we know has a relationship with Suno. But here's the thing, right? This is where it comes in. I already know that the argument, because I've seen it. People go, a big deal. It's not. We're not talking about that. We're not talking about the big names that make their money and make their millions of dollars. We're talking about the AI music hurts independent artists, indie artists. That's who we're talking about. You horrible, horrible person. Let's break that down. So, Ditto Music came out with a survey back in 2023. Actually surveyed independent artists. Now let's talk about who Ditto Music is. Ditto Music is a music distributor similar to DistroKid. So if you want to have your music, either AI music or AI music is music, but you want to put your music out there on YouTube, Spotify, Apple Music, different platforms, you have to go through a distributor. Ditto Music is one of those distributors and specializes in independent artists. They did a survey back in 2023 of thousands of artists using the platform. And these aren't label-backed pop stars. These are independent musicians putting out music on their own. Now look, and you might think I'm cherry-picking the stats and the information where I'm getting it from, and there are other surveys out there. This is the one of independent artists. I wanted it to be done through a distributor, so they know, right? And in a highly trusted distributor as well. There's a few other surveys out there. I think Bedroom, Producers, Blogs, TuneCore, and they're great, but their focus is more on producers using AI to do like mixing and stuff like that. Ditto's report is different. They're a distributor, and it's specifically for independent artists. And what they found is 59.5% of independent artists use AI for their music. I'm going to call that 60% from here on out. So statistically, it looks like this, and I'm not worried about this first one. I think we all assumed that, well, I'll just say 77% use them for AI album work or artwork. So I always felt that the album art thing was a bit hypocritical, right? Like independent musicians saying, you bunch of horrible people and you're terrible for making AI music and you have no soul and you're going to kill for everybody. And I thought, and I've always suspected that people like musicians then use AI in other means. And particularly, I suspected that it was AI artwork to go on their albums. So it's okay to take from people who are doing digital art and not pay those people. But when it comes to the music, I always thought like, that don't touch that. That's mine. That's where the evil comes in. But yeah, so 77% of that 60% use them for album art. Now, these other ones I sort of found were more interesting because I kind of already knew that musicians use AI art for different means. So 66 used for mixing and mastering, and we know we probably pretty much almost exclusively use it for that. A lot of people obviously use regular DAWs and things like that, but a lot of us, if you can go to DistroKid and say DistroKid, for example, you can basically mix and master that just as a click of a button. And don't shoot the messenger. It happens, right? Like, yeah, it's definitely not as good as going to a DAW and doing it on your own, but it does happen. 62% for music production, and 47% for actual songwriting. Independent artists. I'm not talking about the AI musicians that come in that all you independent artists are talking about it and bad mouthing through the Facebook groups and everything like that. 47% of that 60% use it for songwriting. In summary, 60% of independent musicians are using AI for all those reasons. So I guess as AI musicians or AI artists or AI creatives, people that make AI music, you can stop panicking whether it's good or bad, or worry about the people that come in on the Facebook groups and the Discords and all that stuff and badmouth you. The majority of musicians are using AI for their music and all the stuff that I mentioned the ways before. So they're not theoretical numbers, they're surveyed, they're working numbers. That's from 2 years ago. So it's probably, I would say, like, don't quote me. Well, do quote me, because most likely it's way more than 60% at this stage. So let me conclude with this too, right? You're a real artist. You're a traditional musician that's not using AI. That's where it's gonna hurt you, right? Like you, it's not the AI music. It's your choice not to use AI going forward. That's gonna be your problem. You're gonna be left behind. Businesses right now are all being given warnings by anybody in the know. If you have a customer service line and you're only monitoring it from 9 to 5, people that have AI chatbots that sound like humans when you call in, that are booking appointments for the next day, those companies are going to win in the long run. They're not. People aren't going to want to wait 12 hours for an actual person to call them back. It's the same thing here, right? If you're taking a year to write a song, or you're not using AI assistance for your lyrics, and stuff's not sounding exactly right, or for whatever it is, everybody else that's using it is going to be moving forward and you're going to be left behind. It's a tool. So the next time someone says indie music is being killed by AI, just tell them 60% of indie musicians are using AI, and those are the ones that are going to survive. So thanks for tuning in. I hope you enjoyed this. I actually found doing the research behind this to be extremely interesting and empowering, and I hope it's going to be empowering other people making AI music going forward. Check out the charity I support, which is the John Fawcett Foundation. John Fawcett Foundation does cataract surgery for free, and go ahead and subscribe to my channel down below and leave comments. Definitely comment below whether you hate what I'm saying or you like what I'm saying. Don't shoot the messenger. I've given you statistics that have been around since 2023. But yeah, just bring your passion down below. Thanks for tuning in. We'll catch you next time.